The average American home now holds over 300,000 items. And for older women, that number feels even heavier. Every shelf, every drawer, every closet seems to carry not just belongings, but decades of memories, gifts, and keepsakes. It's no wonder so many women over 60 feel paralyzed by the thought of organizing it all. You might walk into a room and feel frozen between guilt, what if my kids want this someday? And fear, what if letting go erases my memories? And that stuck feeling makes every step harder, every pile feel bigger, every decision exhausting. But here's the good news. You don't have to choose between drowning in stuff and throwing away your past. Today, I'll walk you through a step-by-step system designed to help you organize a lifetime of belongings quickly, calmly, and without guilt. A system that shows you how to keep what truly matters and release the rest with peace. Because when your home feels lighter, your heart feels lighter too. So before we dive in, hit like and subscribe. Because your peace of mind is worth far more than another box of clutter hiding in the corner. Meet Agnes Lorrimer, an 82-year-old retired piano teacher from Wisconsin. For decades, her home was filled with the echoes of music. Students arriving with nervous smiles, recital nights that left her proud, and the joy of seeing young fingers master Chopin for the first time. But along with the music came the mementos. Agnes had kept every single recital program since 1965, hundreds of them carefully folded and tucked away into boxes that filled her closets and lined her hallway. She told herself they were pieces of history, proof of lives she had touched. But slowly, the stacks became less about memories and more about obstacles. One day, she tripped on a pile of old sheet music left near the hallway door. Thankfully, she wasn't badly hurt, but in that moment, Agnes admitted the truth. She didn't just need space, she needed relief. Her home, once her sanctuary, had become a maze of papers, instruments, and boxes that weighed on her more than she realized. That's when she discovered a powerful method for organizing a lifetime of belongings quickly, without erasing the stories they carried. She later said it felt like reclaiming not just her home, but her freedom. And her story is proof that no matter how overwhelming it feels, there is a way forward. So let's walk step by step through the same approach Agnes used, and see how you, too, can transform your home and your peace of mind. Step 1. Start with what's easy. The first step to organizing a lifetime of belongings isn't tackling the heavy emotional items. It's starting small with what's easy. Begin by clearing out things you know you'll never use again. Old receipts stuffed in drawers, broken pens hiding in jars, expired pantry food you forgot you even had. These items don't hold memories, they hold you back. By focusing on the no-brainers, you build momentum without the guilt or second-guessing. Agnes Lorrimer, the retired piano teacher, shared how she started with something as simple as her junk drawer. For years, she avoided it because it felt like a black hole of rubber bands, dried-out markers, and take-out menus from restaurants that didn't even exist anymore. But one quiet morning, she decided to empty it all out on the kitchen table. Within 15 minutes, she had tossed half of it, kept only what she actually needed, and neatly organized the rest. She later admitted that it gave her the first rush of hope she had felt in years. I realized, Agnes said, if I could conquer that drawer, maybe I could conquer the boxes, too. This is the secret of starting small. It tricks your brain into believing progress is possible. Instead of drowning in the thought of decades of belongings, you focus on one corner, one drawer, one shelf. Each tiny victory adds up, and before you know it, the mountain doesn't feel quite so tall anymore. And here's the key. When you start with what's easy, you're not just clearing clutter, you're proving to yourself that change is possible, one small step at a time. Step 2. The one-room promise. The second step to organizing a lifetime of belongings is to resist the urge to tackle the entire house at once. That's where so many older women give up, walking from room to room, feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of things, and quitting before they ever make progress. Instead, make a simple promise to yourself. Just one room at a time. This approach shrinks the mountain into something you can actually climb. For Agnes Lorrimer, the retired piano teacher, this promise started in her music room. That space was where she had the most emotional weight. Boxes of recital programs, stacks of sheet music, and cabinets full of piano lesson notes from decades past. It would have been easy for her to avoid that room, but she decided to make it her starting point. Instead of telling herself, "I have to declutter my entire house," she told herself, "I'm going to bring peace to this one room." The result? After just a few hours, she could see the top of her desk for the first time in years. The sunlight hit her polished piano, and the room that once felt like a burden became a sanctuary again. "I didn't feel done," Agnes said, "but I finally felt I could breathe." That single victory carried her forward, because once you see progress in one space, you crave it in the next. Here's the truth: when you commit to one room, you give yourself permission to focus, finish, and feel proud. It turns the impossible into a series of wins that fuel each other. And that's the real power of the one-room promise. It doesn't just clean your home, it keeps your momentum alive. Step 3. Keep the best, release the rest. The third step is what Agnes called the heart saver rule. Keep the best, release the rest. Instead of drowning in piles of belongings, decide on a simple limit. Choose the top 3 to 5 items in each category that truly spark joy, and let go of the extras. This rule removes the guilt, because you're not erasing your history, you're honoring it by keeping the pieces that matter most. For Agnes, this was transformational. She had over 200 recital programs stored in boxes, each one tied to years of teaching. But when she really thought about it, she realized she didn't need every scrap of paper to remember her students. So she chose just 3, her very first recital as a young teacher, her daughter's first performance, and her final recital before retirement. Those 3 told her story completely. The rest, she blessed them and let them go. That's the secret. Clutter isn't memories. Clutter is noise. By keeping only the most meaningful pieces, you create a collection that feels precious instead of overwhelming. Suddenly, instead of staring at dusty stacks, Agnes could look at one framed program on her piano and feel proud, connected, and free. This step isn't about loss. It's about creating space for the things that still inspire you every time you see them. And when you use this best few rule, you'll discover that letting go isn't the end of a memory. It's the beginning of breathing easier. Step 4. Memory without the mess. One of the hardest parts of organizing a lifetime of belongings is the fear of losing the memories tied to them. That's where the memory without the mess method changes everything. Instead of holding onto stacks of papers, endless photo albums, or boxes of items that take up entire closets, you can preserve the heart of those memories digitally. Safe, compact, and accessible anytime you want. Agnes experienced this firsthand. Her hallway was lined with boxes of sheet music, many handwritten or gifted to her over the years. She felt paralyzed by the thought of tossing them, convinced it meant discarding the very music of her life. But in 2025, the tools are easier than ever. Free scanning apps on smartphones, combined with community tech workshops at local libraries, make digitizing photos, papers, and keepsakes simple, even for those who aren't tech-savvy. Agnes's granddaughter spent one Saturday helping her scan each page. When the files appeared neatly organized on her tablet, Agnes cried, not out of sadness, but out of joy. She realized the music she loved could stay with her forever, without boxes blocking her hallway. This isn't about erasing your past, it's about giving it new life in a way that frees your home and your spirit. A digitized memory takes up no space, yet it can be shared instantly with children, grandchildren, or friends across the country. For older women, this shift is powerful. Memories are safe, clutter is gone, and your home feels lighter while your heart stays full. Step 5. Use smart sorting bins. One of the biggest reasons older women struggle with organizing a lifetime of belongings is decision fatigue, the heavy feeling of having to decide right now whether something stays or goes. That's where smart sorting bins change everything. Instead of facing a mountain of yes or no, you break the process into 4 simple categories: keep, donate, recycle, and unsure. This method worked wonders for Agnes. At first, she froze every time she held one of her recital programs or knickknacks from her piano students. The guilt of donating something sentimental made her want to stop altogether. But when her granddaughter introduced the unsure bin, everything shifted. Suddenly, Agnes had permission to pause. She didn't have to decide on the spot. She could set items aside, revisit them later, and keep her momentum going. That bin saved my sanity, she admitted. The donate bin gave her a sense of purpose, knowing her belongings could bless someone else. The recycle bin cut down on waste, and the keep bin became lighter than she expected once the other bins filled up. But it was that unsure bin, the freedom to delay judgment, that kept her moving without the pressure of perfection. This small system transforms decluttering from a stressful emotional battle into a manageable, even empowering routine. By breaking decisions into steps, you protect both your energy and your peace of mind. Step 6. Ask for light help, not heavy help. One of the most overlooked secrets of organizing a lifetime of belongings is this. You don't have to carry the weight, literally or emotionally, by yourself. Too many older women push through exhaustion, lifting heavy boxes or dragging furniture, only to end up sore or even injured. The truth. Asking for light help, not heavy help, makes the process faster, safer, and more joyful. Agnes learned this the hard way after trying to haul a box of sheet music on her own. Her back ached for days. The next weekend, her granddaughter came over, and instead of carrying everything herself, Agnes handed over the lifting jobs. Together, they sorted while sipping tea, laughing at old recital photos, and even turning the task into a storytelling session. It stopped feeling like work, Agnes said. It felt like sharing my life. This isn't just about moving furniture or carrying bins, it's about inviting connection. Family, neighbors, even church friends or senior volunteers often love to lend a hand. Grandkids, especially, bring fresh energy, and involving them teaches them the value of family history without leaving older women to struggle alone. By focusing on what only she could do, deciding what to keep, donate, or let go, Agnes protected her strength and made space for joy. Decluttering no longer meant loneliness or strain. It became a shared experience that left her home lighter and her heart fuller. Step 7. Create a daily reset ritual. The final step isn't about big boxes or heavy decisions. It's about protecting the progress you've already made. A daily reset ritual is like giving yourself permission to end the day on your own terms. Instead of waking up to cluttered counters, stacks of papers, or dishes that nag at you first thing in the morning, you spend just 10 focused minutes in the evening clearing surfaces, straightening pillows, and making sure the day ends clean, calm, and closed. For Agnes, this ritual became the anchor of her new life. Each evening, she set a gentle timer, turned on her favorite soft piano music, and made it a routine. She put away the day's mail, cleared the kitchen counter, and folded the blanket on her sofa. That tiny act of control gave her a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. For the first time in decades, she said, I ended the day feeling in control, not buried. The beauty of a reset ritual is that it prevents clutter from sneaking back in. 10 minutes today saves you hours tomorrow. It's less about perfection and more about rhythm, a gentle, daily reminder that your home serves you, not the other way around. For older women, this isn't just about keeping the house tidy. It's about restoring a sense of dignity and calm every single day. Let's bring everything together. We started with simple wins, tossing the easy stuff first. Then, we moved to the one-room promise, breaking overwhelm into manageable chunks. We learned the power of keeping only the best and letting go of the rest. We saw how digitizing memories preserves what matters without drowning in paper. We discovered the freedom of smart sorting bins and the comfort of asking for light help instead of struggling alone. And finally, we built the safeguard of a daily reset ritual, a gentle practice that ensures clutter never sneaks back in. For Agnes, this wasn't just about tidying a house. It was about reclaiming control, joy, and freedom after decades of feeling weighed down. She shared, I thought organizing my life would take forever. But in just weeks, my home felt lighter, and so did my heart. That's the transformation waiting for every older woman watching right now. So, here's my invitation. If Agnes's story gave you hope, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like, tap subscribe, and share this with a woman you know who deserves peace after a lifetime of hard work. Imagine how many homes and hearts could be freed by this simple system. And before you go, don't miss our next video. We'll uncover 10 hidden clutter traps older women must break free from in 2025. You'll be shocked at how many you have in your home right now. Because your peace of mind isn't just possible, it starts today.